The talk of the town recently is about the second-hand electric car market taking a hit. Bad if you bought brand new, but doesn't mean you can pick up a bargain if you're now in the market for one. I think so. And this Mini is the first electric hot hatch they've ever made, and it's the Cooper SE Level 2. I'll explain the Level 2 later. But I'm not really a fan of electric cars. However, they do have their place, and this one certainly does. It's small, it's nippy, and it's fun. And I quite like it. I'm Max Latavani, and welcome to Driven Plus. Firstly, I'd like to say a massive thanks to Nathan at INS Car Centre for lending me this Mini they have for sale today. It's 4 years old and less than 50,000 miles, $13,995. Bit of a bargain, if you ask me. So there's two variants of the Cooper Electric. This is the S version, and you get this 32.6 kilowatt hour battery, good for around 150 miles. That's what Mini say. 181 horsepower, 270 Newton meters of torque, going to the front wheels only, and a top speed of 93 miles per hour. 0 to 60, Mini say 7.3 seconds. So let's see if they're right. So it's time to launch the Mini Cooper S Electric from 0 to 60. On your screen now are the stats and figures on this car. Now this car does not have launch control, but what I've done is put the car in sport and turn the traction off. Now it's a little bit damp, so let's see how close we can get to the 7.3 seconds claim time. This is gonna sound weird. Just listen to how quiet this is. It's like a silent killer. Yeah, feels all right. What are we gonna get? 6.41. It's almost a second quicker. Mini, are you all right? Did you really say 7.3 seconds? I'm going to Google that in a bit. Surely that's not far off the John Cooper Works. I think that does it in about 5.6 seconds. So you're less than a second slower than the John Cooper Works. So that's pretty impressive. There you go. That's what we do from 0 to 60. Back to the review. So at the start of the review, you would have heard me say level 2. This is a type of trim level. You can get a level 3 as well, by the way, and that gives you Harman Kardon and some sort of panoramic sunroof. But what do you get with a level 2? Well, standard, you get keyless entry. That's really, really handy. And you also get power folding electric mirrors there. You also get heated front seats, so that's nice to have in the colder months. You get some parking aids such as a reverse camera, so that's super handy as well. And you get this half fabric, kind of half leather type of seats. If you want the full leather, go for the level 3. But I think it's quite a cool looking car, and it's finished off in this paintwork called Midnight Black, and it benefits from some upgrades such as these alloys here. These are definitely going to divide opinion, but I think they suit the personality of the car by being funky. Another upgraded style feature, you get all these yellow painted wing mirror caps. Charging time. If you are to use a 3-pin plug, the one you normally find at home, it will take around 15 hours to charge fully. If you have a home charger installed, your normal 7.4 kilowatt, it will take around 5 hours. Perfect for overnight charging. And if you use a super duper 50 kilowatt charger, the one you normally find at your local Lidl or the services, it will charge up to 80% in just 36 minutes. You can do your shopping in that time. Boot space is small, but you'd expect it to be as well because it's a small hatchback, 211 litres. But because this is the level 2 spec, that's the price of this car, by the way, but because this is a level 2 spec, you do get this additional storage bin thing there, which is perfect to put your charging cables. Inside of the car is a really pleasant place to sit. I have to comment on the build quality. It's got absolutely no reason, due to the fact Mini's owned by BMW. No, it does rub off on Mini. Thank you, BMW. I love the fact you have an armrest in such a small car. You hardly see that. And this, center console is a good size of storage. Glove box is a really big size as well. Obviously got your door bins. And it's, do you know what? Although it's a small car, it feels quite spacious and it's quite comfortable. The seats are quite firm, but this car's only really been designed to do short journeys in. Your infotainment screen is a 6.5 inch. You get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as standard. You also get navigation on here as well. So it's really easy to use. So you can use this button down here, but it's also touchscreen. So you'll be glad to know about that. You get your two cup holders down here, you get a USB socket, 12-volt socket there as well. You get some green accents coming on the inside, so just your start button and the gear stick as well. That's all green. I like the fact you get a proper conventional gear stick as well. Your instrument cluster here, and you do get a backlit needle as well. I like that. So yeah, I think it's now time to get out onto the road. One thing I've always liked about Mini is how solid they feel. You just get this reassuring feeling that they're built really, really well. You know, there's an element of quality and class there, and it's holding itself really nicely on the road, going over bumps. It's not phased one bit. This car is fast, by the way. Many wouldn't have given this the S badge if it wasn't. Yes, okay, it's only got a top speed of 93 miles per hour, but who's going to do that? This car is just great to chuck around, and it's the acceleration which is impressive. It's instant, obviously thanks to it being electric as well. It's fast. The thing I find weird about this car is the fact that it's so quiet. You haven't got that reassurance of the engine in the background. It's just put your foot down and you're gone. You know, there's no kick down, it's just boom, you're instant. And I have to say, you know, at slow speeds it's quite nice, it's quite refined, quite nice to sit back and just kind of shut off from the world. And this car, because it's great for living around the city, going to work in, this is where to come into its own, because say you've had a really long day at work and you want to get in, just want to get home, this is quite nice to kind of block everything out and get yourself home. So we're coming to a series of corners. What I'm going to do, put the car in sport mode, and we're going to test out the cornering capabilities, and it becomes like a go-kart. Talking of go-karts, how much more fun is an electric go-kart over, you know, an engine-powered go-kart? You know, let's admit that it is true, and this is the case with this. It's fun, it's playful, quite a heavy car though, and you can feel that in the front end, obviously thanks to the battery that weighs it down. Weighs around just below 1.4 tonne, and I suppose for a small hot hatch, it's heavy. This is a great corner here, it's really sharp, and you've got that nice little straight. You put your foot down, it does start to die down as you approach that 60 mark, but the initial A to B acceleration, you can't floor. It's great, it's instant, it does the business. And although you don't get much range, 140-ish miles, many say, I picked this car up before from the guys at INS Car Centre, and they gave me a full charge. And when I got in, the battery range was 92 miles. I suppose there's some different factors going on there, weather, but then you got to look at this is now 4 years old. Batteries do have a lifespan, so maybe that is a big factor as well. However, though, the battery distance or range, this car hasn't been designed to go long distances in. It's made to be that city commuter, and if you want to have that extra bit of fun on the side, you know, this fits that bill perfectly. This car has been made to go to work, go to the shops, be plugged in to be charged at the time whilst you're doing your business, and then you come back out and you're back to full again. That's what this car is about. But I have to admit, it's dead easy to drive. When I first got in this before, it took me a little while to get used to the regen braking. You can change the how much regen you want the car to. So we've got low energy recovery now. So what's it like now? Yeah, it's just freewheeling. Now it's like any normal car you drive. If you put it in high though, I don't mind the regen. When you come to a corner, you have to adapt the way you drive, because normally when you come to the corner, you'd have to apply a little bit of brake. Not on this, because it does it naturally. So when you are going from a petrol-powered car to an electric car, it does take a little while to get used to the regen. Like this car in front of me now is braking. I have not applied the brake. This is all regen. It's all regen. I'm still not applying the brake. We've now come to a near enough stop. That's because of the regen. Honestly, it's mad. And then if I do take the regen off, low energy recovery, and let it go, you know, there's a huge difference. So yeah, it depends what you want. Obviously regen will charge the battery more, give you more range, but it's just dead easy to drive. The steering is nice and light, throttle response is good as well, and obviously you've got that instant acceleration, enough to get you out of trouble for sure. So what other driving experiences do you get? So you've got sport, and then you go down to mid, which is your normal driving experience. I like the fact you get this kind of circular LED light lighting up around it as well. And then you've got green as well. So it feels as if regen improves there. Throttle response definitely decreases. And then you have green plus as well. But this car is much more fun in sport mode. Don't like that. I want sound. Give me sound. But you're really fun though. And if you're planning to buy one, make sure it fits your lifestyle, because if you're going from electric car to electric car, fine, you know the score, you know what to do. But then if you go in from petrol to electric, make sure it fits in your lifestyle, because if I was to buy one, it would suit me for commuting, but then if I was to solely have this as my only car, it would not suit me one bit. Even these big electric cars wouldn't suit me, because I couldn't think for anything to be sat on the side of the service station, go in and find, you know, one of these rapid chargers and be sat on the side of the road or in the service station or having a coffee for 40 minutes. Some people, you know, have a lot of time on their hands. But I just like going to a petrol station, putting fuel in, 2 minutes later, you're back on the road. But this would make a great city commuter. Go and doing the weekly shop, put this on charge whilst you're doing so, and off you go again. And that's where the appeal is for this car. I'd like to say thank you for lending me the car to INS Car Centre, especially Nathan. Leave a like on the video, hope you liked it, and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any of our latest content. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you.